Hi, I'm Tameika Devine. I'm a wife, a mom, an entrepreneur, and a city councilwoman.
Hello, I'm Jamie Devine, a husband, a father, and a community champ. I've been married to my wife Tameika for over 15 years.
Join us as we interview some of our favorite couples, hear their stories, and be inspired.
The secret to our successful marriage is that we are very intentional about our date nights.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
Hi, I'm Tameika.
And
we are the Devines. And welcome to tonight's episode of Date Night with the Devines. Date Night with the Devines is our opportunity to introduce you to couples that inspire us. Jamie and I, we are both elected officials, professionals, parents, and people are always asking us, although we're very, very busy, we always make time for ourselves and for our marriage and for date nights. And so people would always come to us and say, wow, Tameika and Jamie, you inspire us so much. How do you do it? And so we thought it would be interesting to bring you guys couples that inspire us. Those that we look to for guidance and the advice and just help us, because we know that as busy professionals, things aren't always easy. But if we make time for each other and make time for our marriage, then certainly things will be good. So that's where we got Date Night with the Devines, and we are excited that you're joining us tonight. If this is your first time joining in, thank you very much. Continue to follow us, and we hope that you enjoy it. And if you are returning, thank you so much. Remember to share this. We are here every single third Monday night of the month. Third Monday night of the month at 9 o'clock for a new episode of Date Night with the Devines. But today we've got an amazing couple that Jamie is going to introduce.
We do. So again, welcome everybody. And tonight we have with us HS and Jean Tate. They're our friends from the Brooklyn Baptist Church. They serve on the Couples for Christ Ministry, where we met them several years ago. And just a brief introduction of HS. He is a local contractor. He is also a chef and food extraordinaire. And then his wife, Jean, is a manager for a local company here in the Greater Columbia area. And between them, they have 5 children. And I forgot how many grands you got now. 12. And 12 grands. And so on tonight, we're talking about blended families. And so HS and Jean will share with us their blended family and a little bit about some things that they've worked through. So we'll start with the basic question that we always ask everybody. How did y'all meet?
We met at an NAACP convention in Myrtle Beach.
Really?
I saw her across a room of over 500 people.
Wow.
Because she's kind of tall. And something just said, that's her. That's it.
You just knew.
I knew.
That was it.
So how did you approach her?
I just walked up and started talking to her.
All right, now I have a problem doing that.
Actually, I knew her aunt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, so how was the first date? What was the first date like? You remember?
First date. Actually, it wasn't love at first sight for me.
Okay.
It took me a little while. Okay. But our first date.
So did y'all become friends first? Is that how that worked? Or?
He was pretty persistent in this relationship.
Okay.
Yes. Where did we go? Buttfuckers or something like that?
First date was, he took me to dinner.
Okay.
It's not here anymore.
Yeah, it was a restaurant over where the Chick-fil-A is now. Right behind there. It's an old...
On Busher Road?
No. Downtown.
5 Points.
Main Street.
Oh,
Main Street.
Oh, right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The governor's hotel.
That's what he
Governor's
used
house.
Governor's house. Yeah. I remember that. So, yeah. Interesting.
Had a long distance relationship for a while because I was in Batesburg and he was in Gaffney.
Okay.
Long distance relationship.
So how long did y'all date? Roughly?
What, a year?
About a year.
Yeah. I couldn't take it, so I came out here to build a hotel. I said,
It's all right, yeah. Okay, I didn't know that. Wow. So you built a hotel. So then once you all got together, so previously, and we talked about this earlier about the blended family, so you both were married and divorced, or was it both married, divorced, and y'all have children from previous relationships up until now, then you have one daughter together now.
Yes.
And so, So what's that been like, having the blended family come together and everybody kind of working together?
To be honest with you, as far as the children were, that was not hard. I think our children honestly liked each other.
Oh, wow.
And
How old were they at the time?
We had a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 13, and a 14.
Yeah.
Fallon, 13, 14.
Yeah.
So they were pretty close in age.
Okay.
And they really bonded. One of the things that we did in our relationship was we have 5 children. And most people don't know that we have a blended family.
Right.
We just have 5 children.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
And that's really the way it's supposed to be, because when you come together, you are marrying families. So let me ask you this: so since they were still young, when you guys decided that y'all were getting serious and going to get married, how did y'all intertwine the children in that? Did y'all have conversations with them about our families are joining, or did it just happen naturally?
I'm a talker.
Okay.
And, we sit down and talk with them and explain to them what was going on. And my kids understood.
Right.
And they knew that I hadn't been home living in Gaffney, at home for a while. And they knew that their mother and I were divorced.
Right.
And they understood that.
Right.
And it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard for them. Of course, there are other outside factors sometimes, but we were able to deal with all of that. The two of us were able to deal with that. And we never involved them in it. They never got involved in any of the other things that were going on.
Right.
They were just our children.
That's right. That's right. That's good.
I guess we were old-fashioned in the fact that our children never knew our stressors or our problems. We kept whatever it was to ourselves because we felt like it was not their responsibility, and they're children, and they shouldn't have to go through the things that adults go through. So
I agree with that.
But don't get me wrong, kids are going to be kids.
Oh, yeah.
So they try and pit one against the other, but the rules were laid down prior to that. Is that if you come to me and ask me for something and Gina's already said you can't have it, you can't have it.
That's it.
And don't run that game.
Right.
And we had, on Friday was family nights.
yeah.
Okay.
And that was a night that if you had any grievances, I don't care what they were, as long as you were respectful, you could lay them on the table.
Okay.
And we listened.
Wow.
And that helped a lot.
Wow.
It really did.
Yeah.
Wow. So you had all 5 growing up together, or was it kind of you had 2 and you had a...
We had the boys.
Okay.
All the time. But the girls would come every 2 weeks to visit.
Okay.
And we had the girls during the summer months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. How did you come to the family night? How did that come about? How did that come about? I'm just curious. Because we do the same now. We actually got ours through Pastor Jackson doing marriage counseling, and so he made that suggestion. So I was just curious.
My dad was I say he was a man ahead of his time. And he would always talk to me. I only got one whipping, as we called it, in my life from him. And I think I was 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But all the other times when I did something, he sat me down and talked to me. And his thing is that I'm going to raise you, and I'm going to trust you enough to do the things that are right.
That's right.
And I'm not going to follow behind you, but I'm going to trust that what I've done with you is going to be enough.
Oh, wow.
And that's the way we felt about our kids, is that we raised them and let them know that we're going to trust you enough that you're going to do what's right, even if we're not there looking at you.
That's right. That's right.
That's how it came about, because of how my dad was with me.
Wow. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
So y'all just celebrated an anniversary.
Yeah.
Congratulations. It's
Congratulations.
35 years.
35 years.
All right. Very
Yeah.
good.
I've never done anything.
That's all right.
And that really is, that's a testament. So looking back on the 35 years, and I love what Jean said. It was like, we have 5 kids. It's never been, different than that. I think so many times now the way people view family is it's not always the same. It's like, this is mine, this is hers, that kind of thing. Looking back on the 35 years and then kind of knowing way families are now, what advice would you give people, especially folks who are coming into a relationship with children already, to make it work and to make sure that what they do at the beginning gets them to 35 years?
I think one of the things that now that we have to do with children is listen to them. You've got to listen to your children, hear what they're saying. Sometimes we say we're listening, but then we're formulating what we're going to say or formulating what we think they're saying before they finish. So you have to really listen to your children, and that's where we start, with listening to our children and communicating. And giving them that opportunity to say what they really think without repercussions.
As a father, I think that men should understand that children have no say-so in how they got here. They have no say-so in that. A child is a child. Whether it's your blood or not, it's still a child.
That's right.
And you're supposed to love that child, because if he's there with you in your house, that's yours.
Yep.
That is your child.
Agree with that.
And sometimes I think people kind of get caught up in not trusting the other parent enough to treat the children the same. But our children knew that they all had the same status in our households. They were all loved equally. They knew that. And they're grown now, and they still know that. We just spent the weekend with our oldest daughter and
Youngest daughter.
And our youngest daughter, and our grandchildren.
Right.
And 2 son-in-laws.
Okay.
And we're a family.
That's it.
And they just love each other.
Sorry.
Great.
Sorry.
Well, we've got to take a break to thank our sponsors, but when we come back, I want to talk a little bit about HS as a chef.
Oh.
And we've had an opportunity to have your food, but I want to talk about cooking and some of the stuff that you do at home and everything. But we are going to take a quick break to thank our sponsors. Today we are, or really this year, the second season of Date Night with the Devines, our venue sponsor is the Capital City Club here in the city, in downtown Columbia, South Carolina. And so we thank our sponsor, Capital City Club, for hosting us for this year. So if you have a special event or a meeting, or just want to, have a nice little date night, check out the Capital City Club here on the 25th floor of the largest tower, or second largest tower here in downtown Columbia. Also, we want to thank our sponsors, Style by Nada, Style by Nada, my stylist, John T. Elliott Professional Hair Design, Isaac Insurance Agency, State Farm, Deborah and Isaac Law Firm, The Possibilities Institute, which is me, Tameika Isaac Devine, Shayna Boston Administrative Management Services, and Darren Murphy with Visions Made Plain. Please support our sponsors, because without them, we could not bring you this programming every month. So we will see you in a few minutes. Take a look at these commercials.
Join hands, now you're asking what is the next plan. The Possibilities Institute of Partnership. You and your spouse will never strike out. If you're looking to enhance your family life while building your careers, keep loving the success.
I want to thank Councilwoman Tameika Isaacs Devine, first African-American woman elected to the Columbia City Council.
Committed. She is very committed to the improvement of our community.
Bold in that she's willing to talk about difficult issues.
Not only is she a leader in her community, she's a leader in her sorority. She's an excellent example of what leadership is.
I'd go anywhere, anytime to do anything for Tameika Isaac Devine.
And welcome back to Date Night with the Devines. Thank you again to our amazing sponsors. Again, please patronize our sponsors because without them, we wouldn't be able to bring you this programming every week. So tonight we are being joined by HS and Jean Tate. And so before we went to break, we were talking a little bit about their blended family and how they met. But before we went to break, I teased that I wanted to hear a little bit about the cooking. So we know, HS, you are the chef of the family. So do you do most of the cooking in your household?
Pretty much so. I do 90% of it.
Okay.
No, my wife can cook.
All right. That's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Right, but you're, and so how did you get into cooking? I think you had shared that with Jamie one time before.
Well, my dad cooked. And when I was coming up, my dad used to tell his boys, there's no such thing as women's work. And this was when I was a teenager.
Wow.
I don't know how long ago that's been.
Right.
But that's the way I was raised, is that there's no such thing as women's work. If it's your home, it's your home.
That's right.
You do whatever needs to be done in that house. And so he said, learn how to cook, learn how to sew, learn how to clean, learn how to wash clothes, because you may have to do that sometime.
That's right.
So that's how I came about cooking, but I also had a few classes. Just loved the love of cooking and experimentation and learning what spices and what goes together, those kinds of things.
You have a favorite dish or a favorite thing that you like to cook or favorite items that you like to cook? Just
Not really.
Not really.
No.
Anything you like?
What's your favorite of his?
Oh gosh, I like it all.
All right.
But I guess my favorite dish is the salmon with the lobster sauce, white sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what made me really think about that is, so, Jamie mentioned in the intro that you guys are part of the leadership of the Couples for Christ ministry. And one of the events that we love is when you do the couples cooking class. And the couples get together and HS, you're teaching us recipes and couples cooking together. So it just made me think about, is that something natural that happens in your household? Do you guys cook together a lot and kind of what started that?
I think I call myself the sous chef.
Okay.
I do all the chopping and that kind of thing, preparing and moving things around. But
my daughter's cook also. Lauren, my youngest daughter, is a fantastic cook.
Oh wow.
She stayed in the kitchen and learned how to cook, and now my granddaughter is learning how to cook. And how old is Corinne?
She's 3.
She
wants to be right there.
She gets. We have a bar in the kitchen, and I'm on this side of it, and she's on the other side, watching everything I do and trying to help.
That's how they learn. That's all right. Yeah. Wow. That's excellent.
So what's some of the other things? 35 years, that's nothing to sneeze at. What are some of the other things that you guys do to enjoy each other, to have your date nights?
We travel.
Okay.
We go out to dinner a lot because I like trying new things.
Right.
We spend a lot of time together. I enjoy spending time with her. I don't have to be doing anything.
Right.
As long as
Just
she's
in the house
there.
together.
As long as she's there. We do DIY projects together.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. I'm getting contracted. That is important.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's just enjoying each other's company. No grand things. We don't travel to Europe or any of that stuff, but we just enjoy each other's company. And if you enjoy being around somebody, doesn't matter where you are and what you're doing.
Right. Are there any challenges or when you have challenges, what are some of the things that help you all get over some of those challenges that you may have had over a period of time? Because again, 35 years is nothing to sneeze at, as we can say.
For me, we just celebrated the 30th anniversary of our couples ministry.
Right.
We've gone to every one.
Wow.
And when we first got married, the first one we went to, and we made a pledge to each other that divorce is not an option.
That's right. There you go.
That is not an option in our family, in our marriage.
That's it.
And each year we learned something new. We grew in the knowledge of the presenters that we've had. And now when something comes up, we got a treasure chest of information that we can lean on and say, we know how to handle this. And we look at some of our friends who've fallen by the wayside,
Right.
and we're saying they got divorced over that.
Wow. Wow.
And you know, it wasn't that serious,
Right.
but they got divorced over that. But for us, we're in it for the long haul.
That's it. That's good.
One of the things that I liked about one of the retreats that we went to was finding your spouse's love language. Knowing what your spouse likes. And once we discovered that was early on. And it's just been a lot better knowing what your spouse's love language is.
So what's each of your love language?
Remember? I forgot.
She likes acts of service.
Affirmation.
And affirmation.
Yes.
I just like attention.
My man. I'm with you on that.
But that is so important to know, because that's all about the way you communicate. So that is so. Let me ask this, because kind of hearing you talk about the divorce is not an option. So many times that's really not the way people look at it now. And you both you've been there. You've been in previous relationships and divorce. Tell me, kind of, is it maturity that you think that you look at things differently, or was it? I mean, I don't know if I know exactly what I'm trying to say, but it just seems to me like when you've been there, you've had that experience, and so you know what what's an option for you and not. And so now, 35 years. You've been together longer than a lot of people. What changed in the way you either view marriage or the way you understand how to communicate with each other? What was different?
For me, God did the picking this time.
Wow.
First time I did.
Wow.
And that's the center point of any marriage. Is that there has to be a foundation. And when you get married, it's not just a contract between two of you, it's a contract between the two of you and God.
That's right.
And when you break that contract, it's not the two of you, you're breaking it with God. We were at the last retreat we were at, and we were talking to some young people, and one of the questions was, what's the deal breaker?
Right.
And after the session was over, I looked up and said, what do you mean? What's a deal breaker? Yeah. This isn't a business transaction.
Right.
This is a covenant relationship. There is no deal breakers. And I talked to them about 15 minutes, and they want to talk to us again.
Wow.
Because they really want to understand how marriage works and what marriage is.
They need to see it. Wow.
I think one of the things that couples have to do is don't sweat the small stuff. A lot of times we get all bent out of shape about him leaving his socks on the floor or the towels not on the rack properly.
Right.
Don't sweat the small stuff, because
that's good. That's good.
Just enjoy the time that you have.
So speaking of, you talked about a covenant between you two and God. So I'd like that you put that piece in there. And I think at the last retreat, Pastor B was talked about. I think somebody asked the question, if you've been apart, how do you come back together? And he used that triangle. And I remember that we're at the bottom and we're coming up to two sides and God is here. And so that just stayed in my mind, even just talking to people in general. That you got to come together and you go up each of those sides because you're here, she's here. I got the bottom foundation. God is right there in the middle. And as you mature, that you reach that center point. So at what point did you realize that God was in the midst of what you're trying to do, what you are doing? I remember.
We both were Christians when we got married.
Okay.
And we knew that from Jump Street. We knew that God was bringing us together. We knew that because both of us been in bad relationships, and we understand what it is to have a bad one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know what a bad one is, then you do just the opposite.
That's it. That's all right then. Good. Well, so So as we get ready to close out, I like to ask my one famous question in closing. What would you say to a younger HS or a younger Jean as it pertains to marriage or being in a long-term relationship? And I think you might have hit a little bit earlier, HS, but what are some of the nuggets that you would leave with a younger couple or younger couple, not in age, but also in years of being married together? What would you say to a younger HS and a younger Jean?
I think I would say enjoy the journey. Because a lot of the things you'll go through are just things that when you look back at them, you wonder, why did we waste so much time on that? You're missing out on so much by wasting time on things like that. And the other thing is, just coming together and communicating with each other. That is so important. Allowing your spouse to be honest about their feelings.
You know, when I talk to young men, I'm old-fashioned. And
it's a good thing.
I believe in applying the word the word of God to when you talk to somebody about marriage or whatever, life period. And there's a scripture that says that a man is to love his wife as Christ loved the church.
All right.
He should be willing to lay his life down for her. And if you don't feel that you can love this woman that much, and if she can't have that place in your life to where, and see, people take that literally. That's not what it was saying. But if it comes to that, you should. But what it's saying is that your life shouldn't be the most important thing.
That's right.
That her life should be.
That's right.
It says that a man is to love his wife, but she is to respect us. Never told her to love us, but she is to respect us. But the key to that is that if you're doing what you're supposed to do, she's going to love you.
That's it. I like it.
Wonderful.
I like it. All right.
Well, definitely. Well, thank you both so much. It is an honor to sit down with you guys and have this time. And I know that our audience has enjoyed listening to you guys. So with that said, again, thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, again, we're here every single third Monday of the month at 9:00 p.m. You can watch us on Facebook Live at the Date Night with the Devines page. And if you have not gone to Facebook and liked our page, please do so. You'll also find us on Freethinkers Radio. And you will also find us on my YouTube page, Tameika Isaac Devine. So again, please continue to like us, follow us, and share. If you've liked what you've heard, if you like what you've seen, share this with others so that this can be a blessing to them as well. And we would love to hear back from you anytime. Give us a shout out on social media, email, let us know what you like about the show, some topics you'd like to see us discuss. We're looking to do some great things in 2020, and with you guys supporting us, we know we will. So until next time, I'm Tameika.
And I'm Jamie.
And we are the Devines.